Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to go through, it's a video I've been thinking about doing for a while, and I've seen a few of these and I just wanted to give it a go. I want to have a discussion and talk about how to deal with stress and anxiety. Now this is something that I really struggle with myself. I really struggle for motivation. I over worry, I overthink things, I worry a lot about things, and if somebody had done a video like this for me, it would have been really helpful. So I just want to go through some points that I've noted down. I've wrote them in my new notepad, Your One in a Melon, which I was so excited to use, and I've just listed some points because if I can help one person, then that's enough for me. If somebody takes some advice from this, some helpful information, then that's really great. As I say, I would have really appreciated something like this. So I'm just gonna get into it. I did a little post on Instagram, how do you deal with stress and anxiety? A few people replied. Some people were like, drink alcohol, cry, eat loads of food, which is great, but doesn't really resolve the situation. Some people suggested going to the gym helps clear their mind, but quite a few people was like run a long hot bath, like put in some bubbles and just chill, which was quite a popular answer. But I just wanted to say before I go through my points that mental health is a very big subject, I'm going to say, and it's becoming more talked about lately, but it's still not talked about as much. So just to say that it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes a lot of people, including myself, bottle things up and they don't talk about things, when really if they'd just talk about something and get it off their chest, and they'd probably feel a lot better for it. But it is okay not to be okay. It's okay to have down days, to feel anxious, to feel stressed. Like, that's okay. You don't have to be perfect all the time. But if you can, talk to somebody, because that will really help. Another tip, go for a long walk. Sometimes I find if I've been on a weekend, if I've got no plans and I've been stuck indoors all day and everybody else is out, I very quickly get bored and I then start to think about all the things I dislike currently and all the stresses I've got, and then I just overthink things, and then I end up laying in bed all day doing absolutely nothing. And then I get to the end of the day and I text my boyfriend, I'm like, oh, I've got no motivation, I've done nothing all day. And he's like, Char, like, come on. And there's only so much he can motivate me, but you've got to perhaps just get out of the house, go for some fresh air, and that might really help, just to clear your mind. As I said, run yourself a relaxing bath. Stop what you're doing, set the bath to run, put in some bubbles, play some tunes. I like to play Whitney Houston because that's my favourite, and just relax, just stop thinking about things and just go and have some me time, because sometimes that is all you need. My sister was talking about doing breathing techniques, just stopping and thinking like what the actual problem is, doing calm deep breaths. I also found this app called Calm, and it's basically like a meditation app, which is really helpful, and it also plays you like meditating, calming music to help you wind down before you go to bed and to help you sleep if you're struggling to sleep. So if anybody wants to check that out, you should definitely check that out. It's really helpful, particularly if you feel you get very anxious or you really struggle to sleep. It's very good with things like that. A colleague of mine in work once was like, Char, you worry about things you don't need to worry about, and it's just like, I'm like, yeah, you're right. So she once taught me, she was like, right, write down 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And by the time you've done all that and thought about all those things, you've refocused your mind on something else, and you've realised that what you were worrying about isn't anything to worry about at all. You just have to refocus your mind and think about something else for a little bit, because when you're stuck thinking about one thing for a long period of time, that will make it worse, because the more you worry, the more you stress about it. There's just no point. Just calm, take 5 minutes out, whatever you're doing, and just be like, look, it's okay, like it will be okay. Now this really helps me. So write down a list of everything that's bothering you, whether it's little, big, no matter what it is, all the things that are currently bothering you, and then next to it write down how they can be resolved. It tends to be that usually the little things can easily be resolved. You just need to find out reason how. And then just slowly work your way through how can they be resolved. And if they can be resolved, then great. Just tell yourself you don't need to worry about those things. Like, it's okay. Nothing is as bad as it seems. Sometimes I feel like we work things up in our head and it's heightened to be bigger than it actually is. So yeah, focus on the good things in your life that are currently going on, and write a list of all the good things that are going on in your life, and remind yourself, you know what, I did good at this today. You know what, this is going great for me right now. Remind yourself and be proud of yourself for the things you do. I've always also taught myself to, if you've got a lot of things that are on your mind, I say this to my boyfriend all the time, deal with one thing at a time. There is no point stressing over 10 different things all at once if you can't sort it out all at once. Deal with one thing at a time. Go through your list, what's stressing you, try and sort out one thing at a time, and then that way you know, right, that's one less thing to worry about, one less thing to stress about, one less thing to get anxious about. And that really helps me. You can only deal with one thing at a time. And finally, I've got just the last few points. In the mornings, try and make your bed before you go out. It seems like a little thing and it probably doesn't seem like it will help, but honestly, it does. It gets you started for the day, it gets you prepped, gets you focused, going in that sort of mood, and that's the mood you want to stay in, instead of being unmotivated. And finally, I found it really helps in such a big now social media and interactive world that we live in. I'm on my phone pretty much all the time, so switch off your phone for 30 minutes, maybe before you go to bed. Go and switch it off whilst you're in the bath or you're reading a book. Switch off your phone for 30 minutes for the day, because let's be honest, what are you going to miss? Your Instagram posts and your Facebook notifications? Not much. Switch off your phone for 30 minutes and just wind down before the end of the day, and that's really helpful. It stops you, because sometimes I find I just look at my phone for the sake of looking at it, and I'm sure pretty much most people are the same. So switch off your phone for 30 minutes before you go to bed, have a nice relaxing bath, and then really wind down. And those are all the points I wanted to cover. I wanted to do this video just because I wish, as I said, I had somebody telling me things like this, because very often I say all this advice and I don't take it on board myself, which I really need to start doing. But I hope this has been helpful to some people. If anybody's got any comments on other tips on how to deal with stress and anxiety, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.